Well, I hope everybody had a fantastic holiday, whichever one you celebrate. Whether it's, let's see, I'll try to go alphabetically. Whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Festivus, Kwanzaa, or Solstice. I think I got them all. Anyway, hope you had a good time. Sorry for the extra day that I normally take in getting a video uploaded. I was working on some theories I had. I put instant coffee in a microwave. I thought I could solve time travel. It didn't work. And the coffee was terrible. So there's that. I'm going to start out with, it's going to be a hodgepodge of stuff. This, besides an advertisement for some window joint, is the tank of snow white albino males with yellow delta females. So I did use culls with the snow white albinos. This one had the obvious yellowish orange stripe. This one had a crappy little extra point on the dorsal, as did that one. And this one was actually really good. So there is a younger male growing out. These are the yellow delta females. They were not hit before I put them in there. And there wasn't any fry in there until recently. That little guy somewhere, where is he? Right there. That one is probably a yellow delta female. I pulled that out of a batch of fry I had. It was so small I figured I'd move them around. But I do have fry and the top of the plants that were just born a couple days ago. Might have to move the plants so you can see them. This will be my finger. And that's just air bubbles. But we do have a fry in there. I'm hoping there's quite a few. Because I did leave them in. Where the heck are they? There's up in the top there. Let's see. They're in there somewhere. They're not invisible, I promise. I promise I can't touch the lens now to focus in. But they're right there. There's a couple of them. They are result of the cross, without a doubt, because these females were not hit when I put them in. And we'll see what I end up getting. I really don't know what I'll get. The ultimate result would be some kind of a white fish like these with black eyes, or stronger, bigger yellow deltas. That's kind of what the goal was. Figure either way, whatever I get, I'd be pretty happy with. So see if we can snag one of the babies here as they flop around. There we go. So obviously they're going to have black eyes, the first batch. So they do look a little bit different to me than regular yellow deltas, because the yellow deltas are very, very yellow when they're born. These are golden-ish, but I figure we'll wait and see. I got about 6 weeks to see what's going to happen color-wise, and I will update them then. So I'll move on to something else and be right back. Yeah, I also bought this small tank, glass tank, that I'm going to try to use as a photo tank from time to time. It's by Seapora. I bought it at a local fish store, the Hidden Reef. It actually has dividers, which is what interested me in using it as a photo tank, because I figure I can put the dividers in and have either different stages of growth in the fish that I'm going to show, or else I could just put different fish in there. But see if I can get this closer. There's a couple of Rick and Morty guys, and there's Mystery Science Theater. Good stuff. So this is really well packaged, as you can see. It's got the plastic strapping that I'm kind of knocking all over the place. And let's see, Aquarium Masters is who makes it. I think that's a goldfish with some orange poop on his head. And if you're interested in getting them, that's the address. And the only other thing you have to do is you have to get the strapping off. So you either want to use scissors, and you got to be careful anytime you're messing with cardboard or geez, look what happened already. Oh my god, back to urgent care. But you got to be careful when you're working with anything. You wouldn't need eye protection, but don't run with scissors. You might poke an eye out. I don't know who really started that one, but that's a bit of a weird one. These are some of the Black Moscows. So I'm going to take this thing off and get my finger put back on, and I'll be right back. Alright, I cleaned up the tank. I got the little bit of adhesive off of it. This is a better view of the 1.5 gallon glass tank, which is kind of for betas, but like I said a few seconds ago, I'm going to use this as a photo tank. I think it'll work out. Now it came with a lid, glass lid, which is right there, and my finger's back on. They did a nice job. It came with two glass dividers. I don't know the dimensions on them, but they're a nice thickness of glass. They do have like a little bit of a nick, but they're still safe to touch. I won't lose a finger messing with these. So I'm going to put them down because I'm not going to use them at this point. But we're going to try to get these guys out in the open, which isn't happening so far. These are about 2 months old. A little over that, actually. There's some live baby brine shrimp in the tank because I'm trying to get them out and about, and it ain't working. So there's a couple of the females. The males are just starting to color up. And I started to say before I digressed that this was from the cross I did of, as a multiple cross actually, a couple of Black Moscow females, yellow Delta females, and also a snakeskin male. So that's the one where I ended up getting a purple, like a violet tail snakeskin. And not really seeing these guys. Let me get them out. There you can start to see the pattern. Now the interesting thing is some of these males have like almost like a partial black body at this point, like the other cross I did of black lace snakeskins back to a Black Moscow. So I don't know what that means yet. I'm still working on it. This one doesn't have, this one has a snakeskin pattern, just starting out, a very light blue colored tail, and no black body markings. And this one over here has got the black body markings and interesting variegated tail. And I got a few more in there. I'm going to probably, let me stop this, and I think I'm going to have to move the plant so they can't get behind it. Alright, so I moved the plant so that they can't hide behind it. I got quite a few females in here, but there are some males starting to color up, like I said a few seconds ago before I stopped the video. And that's one of them that is almost like a violet color, and tail's got like a purplish lavender color. And this one has the black body markings, and so far it looks like a light greenish tail. Now this will change as they age. They will get some better color on them. It's another male. So I think I have 3 that have developed into males at this point. Only one has that body marking. Looks like I might have 4 males at this point. Just trying to scan the tank so you can see them. Yeah, maybe I put too much brine shrimp in there, but at least they're eating it. So you can see that looks like at least 2 of them have like a purple or lilac colored tail at this point. That one, and the other one's up top somewhere. This one's got like the greenish tail. So we'll see what ends up happening with them. They'll develop some more, I'm sure, as long as I don't kill them. And so far so good. So I'll move on to something else, and thanks for your patience. Okay, I'll wrap up the video with once again using this tank, which I think I paid $17.99 for, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, this is the tank of the cross I did to try to strengthen the black lace snakeskins. I went with one of the original males. It was a black lace snakeskin male that had like an eye spot in the middle. And you can see I've ended up, not only is there sort of the beginning of an eye spot, but it creates like a half black body. Similar to the other ones I showed that look like a metal lace kind of thing, but a little bit different, but very, very similar. So what I did was I had taken one of the original black lace snakeskin males and had that eye spot in the center where this black coloration starting up, and I crossed back to a black Moscow female. So instead of going black lace snakeskin to black lace snakeskin, I went back to one of the original things that began the line, and here we go. This is what I got. These are from late July, so they're a little slow in developing, but if you look at this one, there's no snakeskin pattern, and there's a tiny bit of red at the bottom, or magenta. Nice dorsal, beginnings of a nice tail. Solid tail, which is unusual for what I got with these, because you can see these have a pattern in the tail, as does that one right there. So it's very interesting. I'm obviously going to work further with the male if I can find him. I think he was right there. Where the heck did he go? There he goes. That's very interesting. Now, I read up actually some of Philip Shattuck's research with the snakeskins and the red lace snakeskins, which this also sprouts from technically. And he had said there was something called a red rose variety, which is a snakeskin with no pattern on the body or the tail. And if you've seen some of my other videos regarding the red lace snakeskins, I've mentioned that I normally cull out the ones that get no pattern in the tail and body, but they end up being such beautiful shaped fish with like a very faint, almost like a pastel red, if there is such a thing. And so now, lo and behold, I find out that these were actually some kind of red rose variation on them. So that is most likely what this is. Obviously it's not red, obviously it's not a rose, but it is a patternless snakeskin that will have the genes for the snakeskin. I don't know what the red at the base of the tail is, the lower part of it, but if you recall the prior videos with the black lace snakeskins I culled, I had one black lace snakeskin male with a beautiful red bottom part of the tail. So obviously this is all related because the fish are related. So it's something to work on. But I just wanted to update a few little things. These are looking pretty cool the way they are. And I'm going to keep this separate from the other ones. In the background was a shameless plug for my guppy food. The 4-ounce containers are on Aquabid and eBay. It's actually cheaper on Aquabid if you buy it on there, because I don't pay a commission to Aquabid like I do with eBay. Just have to pay the PayPal commission. But anyway, that's the update on these. I hope you appreciated it. It's just a random thing. And I wanted to wish everybody a very happy new year. I'm pretty sure almost everybody celebrates that one. Some people, parts of the world, quicker than others, since it gets here faster if you're in Asia or India or thereof. So thanks very much. I'll probably have another video in a couple of days or even quicker, because I've been working on about 3 or 4 of them at once, and that's kind of the reason for the delay. I get 3 or 4 ideas in my head, and then I can't get one of them out right. So that probably means something, and that's going to cover it. So thank you so much for watching. Any questions, just feel free to ask, either in the comments, or you can email me. I'll put the email in the description of the video. And thank you, and have a great New Year.